There are many diseases you can get, but did you know some of these diseases are so bad they can kill you? Today we will look at the worst ones to ever exist. Don't forget to like and subscribe to stay healthy. The first disease we will talk about is stone man disease. So apparently, if you get this disease, your muscles become bone, and at some point you can't even move anymore. This video explains it really well.
This is one of the most disturbing diseases known to mankind. Stone man's disease causes muscles and tendons to literally become bone. Surgeries are to be avoided urgently, as more bones also develop from scars. At some point, you'll have to decide in which posture you want to spend the rest of your life, sitting or laying down. At some point, the bones are fused together and can no longer move. Eventually, the lungs can no longer develop due to the stiffening of the ribcage. There is no treatment.
Oh my goodness, Sunnies. This disease is so creepy. Like, imagine you turn into a skeleton and you can't move anymore. I wouldn't wish this on anybody. The next disease we will talk about is
Hanahaki disease.
So apparently, if someone gets this disease, it makes them cough up flower petals from their mouth. This one is confusing, so this TikTok will explain everything.
Explaining diseases.
Hanahaki disease.
So this is a disease mostly on Korea. So the Hanahaki disease is when the victim coughs up flowers petals from their mouth. This happens because the victim suffers from one-sided love. It can only be gone if the beloved returns their feelings or when the victim dies. It can also be cured by surgery, but the victim's loving for a person is going to disappear.
Wow guys, this one is pretty crazy, but it sounds super crazy. Let me know in the comments if this is real, but this next disease is crazy, so watch until the end. This next disease happens when a bat bites you. So there is a story about this 56-year-old dad that died because of this. There was a bat stuck in his home, and he wanted to get it out, but it solidly bit him. This boy explains it well.
A dad has tragically died after being bitten by a bat. 56-year-old Craig Nolte tried to set the bat free after it became stuck in his home. The bat then bit him, which led to Craig contracting the Australian bat lyssavirus, a virus that is very similar to rabies. Early symptoms include fatigue, a headache and a fever. This can progress into delirium, convulsions, paralysis and even death. Craig fell into critical condition for 8 months before passing away. This was believed to be the first case of the virus in New South Wales in Australia and the 4th in the country overall. New South Wales Health confirmed that Craig had received an injection after the bite, but this didn't work.
I feel so bad for this poor man Sunnies. All he really wanted was to get rid of the stupid bat, but he sadly passed away. That makes me so sad. There is another disturbing disease we need to discuss. This disease can only happen to girls that are pregnant. However, it is so disturbing. This person explains it very well.
Yep, this is real and growing out of women after being pregnant. People were terrified after a woman named Charmaine gave birth to her second child, reported needing life-saving surgery as she was growing thousands of huge tumors all over her body and growing in every little crevice practically overnight. Charmaine said the growths were so big that they would block her nose and literally stop her breathing, as well as form all over her mouth, making it painful to eat, and even at the soles of her feet, making it impossible to walk.
All this is so weird and unsettling. Like, imagine if you were having a baby and this happens to your body. It would make me throw up. Let's keep watching this TikTok.
I never believed it would have come out so much.
When doctors had her undergo emergency surgery, she had to do 24 surgeries, totaling 60 hours completely awake, as doctors could not find a vein to put her under. The internet then flooded with viral videos of thousands of pregnant women showing their huge, terrifying tumors after birth on their gums and all around their bodies. Charmaine's condition is definitely different from the more common but still rare pregnancy tumors that other people might get, but both scary nonetheless.
Oh my goodness, Sunnies, this is the most disturbing thing we have seen yet. It also looks super disgusting to me. Let me know in the comments if you think the same thing. You Sunnies, I was scrolling on TikTok and found a video about more diseases. Let's watch this together.
Top 5 scariest diseases you don't want to catch. These aren't horror stories, they're real diseases, and once they strike, there's no turning back. Number 1, rabies. Just one bite, and it begins. Hallucinations, muscle spasms, then the terror of water hydrophobia. Once symptoms start, death is almost certain.
I would hate to have this disease because I love water. I am even drinking it right now.
Number 2, fatal familial insomnia. You lose the ability to sleep, not for days but forever. Your mind unravels until your body shuts down. There is no cure. Number 3, necrotizing fasciitis, also known as the flesh-eating bacteria. It spreads fast, devouring skin, muscle, and tissue. One tiny cut, and hours later, it's a race to save your life.
Both of these diseases are so scary to me. I would never want to die from something like this. This next disease stops you from eating all types of meat, which means no McDonald's or chicken, which is crazy. This video will help explain.
People all over the country are becoming allergic to red meat, and the crazy thing is, it's from a bug bite. What's happening is the Lone Star tick is biting people, and after you get bit by this, you cannot eat red meat. PETA is now coming out and saying they want to release these in the northeastern United States because the more people allergic to red meat, the better for their agenda. I can't be the only one who thinks this is sus as fuck. When you get bit by the tick, you can get this syndrome called alpha-gal syndrome, which makes it so you can't eat red meat. Now, some people can eat small amounts of red meat after they get bit by this, but some people just can't at all. So as somebody who loves grass-fed beef, I mean, I'm the beef guy, what would I do if I got bit by this tick and couldn't eat red meat? I would definitely focus more on chicken and fish and eggs. I'd also be curious to see how protein powders do with this syndrome. It would really suck. I'd be bummed, but I think I'd survive. The fact that this plant-based agenda wants to go so far that they are considering releasing ticks that give you a disease so people eat less red meat is insane. Red meat is a great source of protein, minerals, and it tastes delicious. Don't you love steak?
So apparently you can eat chicken, but if I could never eat a hamburger again, I would cry. I can't believe there are evil people that want to release these things on purpose. That is very scary. This next story is insane, because this person actually died on a playground swing, which is crazy. Make sure to watch until the end to hear this story.
This has to be one of the most tragic incidents involving a child you will ever hear. On May 22nd, 2015, 25-year-old mother 𝗴cie Sims took her 3-year-old son 𝗂𝗂𝗯𝗀𝗿 to the park for some quality time. Once they got there, 𝗴cie placed her son on one of the swings and began pushing him. All was good until 𝗴cie started hearing voices around her and found herself in some sort of trance and was unable to lift 𝗂𝗂𝗯𝗀𝗿 out of the swing.
This already sounds scary. What if a monster took control of her?
And when she snapped out of it, she found herself pushing her dead 3-year-old son 𝗂𝗂𝗯𝗀𝗏 on the swing with police officers surrounding her. It turns out 𝗴cie was a schizophrenic and she forgot to take her medication. And she pushed her son 𝗂𝗂𝗯𝗀𝗏 nearly 44 hours on the swing without stopping. Temperatures fell as low as 51 degrees and it was raining when she was pushing him, which caused 𝗂𝗂𝗯𝗀𝗏 to die from dehydration and hypothermia.
Oh my goodness, I can barely swing for an hour. I can't imagine swinging for 2 days straight. That sounds insane.
During her trial, the judge found 𝗴cie not criminally responsible and sent her free under a 5-year conditional release order, saying that she must see a psychiatrist and take her medication. This case is so sad, and can you imagine being this mother snapping out of that trance? She was probably so scared and confused and was wondering what happened to her little boy.
I can't believe the lady never got in trouble for causing her child's death. What do you guys think? The next story is probably one of the most terrifying things I have seen in my life. In this story, a poor woman was torn into a soup, which is crazy. Don't forget to watch until then.
Let's talk about. Before we start, can you follow me on Roblox? Thanks. Blank room. Soup is known to be one of the videos of the website called Dark Web. You may see a man eating a soup, but the soup he is eating was his wife. Why? Because the 2 masked guys killed her wife and made her eat soup. You can see the tears on his eyes, and he is crying because his wife is dead, and he is gonna be next. Then, the 2 masked guys patted his back, comforting.
This sounds so awful and sad. I was actually able to find footage of this incident, so let's watch it. This is the creepiest thing ever to me. Not only this, but there is also another video of them kidnapping someone, so here it is. This is so awful, and apparently these people are still on the loose, so make sure to stay away from anyone that looks like this.
Let's talk about
Elisa Lam incident.
Elisa Lam was known for behaving strangely in the elevator. She has strict parents who sometimes wouldn't let her travel alone or without them. But one day, she was thrilled to be able to travel to downtown Los Angeles by herself.
She arrived in Los Angeles on January 26, 2013, and checked into the Cecil Hotel on January 28. On January 31, 2013, she disappeared from the hotel. Her parents were worried and tried to contact her, but couldn't reach her.
This sounds terrifying. Imagine going missing. My parents would be so scared.
They reported her missing, but there was no sign of her for weeks. Meanwhile, guests at the Cecil Hotel started complaining about the water being black and having an unusual taste. The hotel staff investigated, and on February 19, 2013, they found Elisa Lam's body was found floating in the hotel's water tank on the roof.
Oh my goodness, this sounds so disgusting. I feel so sad for the poor girl and the people in the hotel because the whole time they were drinking that girl's body and they didn't even know it.
There were no signs of trauma, and the initial conclusion was an accidental death. However, footage from the hotel elevator showed Elisa acting strangely. She was pressing multiple buttons and seemed disoriented and distressed.
It turned out the reason the girl was so scared was because she was being chased. The person that was chasing her probably ended her and put her in a tank, which is so sad. Rest in peace. This last death is the worst thing I have ever heard in my life. You cannot miss this, so watch until the end.
Let's talk about
Selene Delgado.
In the 1990s, a Mexican television channel broadcasted information about missing people. These broadcasts often appearing during commercial breaks, aimed to spread awareness of missing individuals. Each broadcast featured the person's name, age, and date they went missing. One particular broadcast, however, people were shocked. The broadcast of Selene Delgado, a woman who went missing on April 22 in 𝗃𝗁𝗃𝗯𝗃𝗃, Mexico City, was allegedly interrupted during a children's television show. Her photo was replaced with an unsettling image.
Selene Delgado López, de 18 años, se extravió el 22 de abril en la delegación Álvaro Obregón. Selene Delgado López se ignora su paradero desde el 28 de mayo del año 2000.
If I saw this live, I think I would actually poop my pants. That's how scary it is.
Selene Delgado López, de 18 años, se extravió el 22 de abril en la delegación Álvaro Obregón.
People were shocked because of this. It was interrupted by this man. And thousands of children were horrified.
I did some digging on the dark web and found out that this man was actually the one that kidnapped this girl and was the reason that she died, which is so sad. Comment rest in peace if you made it here. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye bye Sunnies.